So for his clutch performances throughout the playoffs, Hallie has been nicknamed The Moment. So we were watching the game on playback, and let's just say Gil was ready for the moment.
For what? They said his daddy come back to the games. They said his daddy can come back to the games. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
So girls, we noticed you had a Thunder jersey on. Mid-Hallie game winner, were able to flip into the Pacers jersey. Very impressive, Gil.
I mean, when I'm going for both teams, when I'm going for both teams, I gotta be on deck, baby. You know what I mean? I got Pacers and OKC. I told you I'm winning the championship this year. I'm going to a parade, so you know what I mean?
So Gil, your head was coming out of the jersey with 0.5 seconds remaining on the clock, so you got it in just under the wire. A ball was still in the net.
We both hit a game winner. Yeah.
Both hit a game winner. A game-winning jersey flip. I see your face right now.
I told the Oklahoma City fans, y'all better not accept this boy. Bad luck, man. I'm telling y'all. Hey, mush, fucking mush.
I don't like kids in here when I'm shooting.
The bush. I bet not crap. I'm telling you, hey, put him in the bathroom. The mush. Can't look at this. Yo, bad luck.
So first, let's just talk about that play. When you see that play happen, like we said, Pacers opting out to call timeout, push the tempo, got the ball in the Hallie's.
You don't supposed to call timeout right there.
Just go.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah.
Go ahead.
Right there, it's in the Pacers' best interest to just go, because OKC can't set up their defense. They can't put their bigs back in the game. So now it's chaotic basketball, which plays to Hallie's style. And the moment was theirs, right? The momentum shifted, and you want to seize it, and that's the reason that you wouldn't call a timeout. Your best player, your best finisher, Mr. Clutch, has the ball. So what are you gonna do? Call a timeout, take it out of his hands, to then try to get it back in his hands?
Right. Get Lou Dort on him? No,
Right.
Hell no.
The torture chamber.
Right. So yeah, it was obviously it was just, no matter if he made or missed, it was a smart decision.
And they so programmed. The boy coming over there to set a pick and roll, he did not call you. Get the fuck out the way.
Yeah.
Neesmith run over there to go set a pick and roll. He not call you over there, man. Move. Like situations like that, like you create. He needs space.
Yep.
You running over there, crowding this man's space. They didn't call a timeout for a reason. The ball is in his hand. Let him go to work. Yep. But hell of a play.
Yeah, shout out to Rick Carlisle
Hell of a shot.
for not calling a timeout right there and trusting his point guard, because those are the situations that he do live for. So,
Yep.
Like you guys said, shout out to Rick Carlisle though.
So Hallie,
Coaching matters.
Coaching does
That
matter.
coach, that game one showed, he did something that I didn't know. I don't want to call him stupid. I didn't know you was that dumb to fall for it, and you fell for it. So weird. No, I called it out at the 8-minute mark. I noticed, like, wait, hold on. Why you don't have any bigs in? Like, why are you going small? Because you going small to match their small. They're bigger than you. Obi he's the most athletic person he's already the most athletic, but there's only two people that can actually challenge his shot if he decides to go for the left. Now you got Siakam down there, then Ben, like, your guys, they hustle and they do all that, but they're not athletic to get a fucking rebound. Right, you know what I mean? They're gonna pull in. They're gonna be feisty, but they're not gonna get up in the air. And the fact that you don't have your bigs in didn't even make sense to me. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, what is he doing? I wouldn't be playing small. I won 80-something games with my bigs. 80. Yeah. 80 fucking
80 games entering the finals.
This is 80 wins, goddammit, with this group. I'm not gonna take them out for them. I'm matching. That's what they're good at. 40-something wins for them doing this. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, experience.
Shit.
Last week,
that was coaching.
Matter, man. Coaching matters, man. Coaching matters, bro. Every minute, every second, every out of every timeout. Yep. Out of every half, you got to make adjustments. You got things you got to do, say, to keep your guys engaged. And Carlisle did an extra job at that game one. Oklahoma City bounced. Yeah, no, it's just.
And we're going to get to game 2 in a second.
But they were. Hey, they put themselves in a position to win at the end, man. That's all you can do on the road in a tough environment. So, hey, shout out to them in game 1, man. That's what it's up.
So, Hallie, 13 for 15 on go-ahead or game-time shots the last 2 minutes in the regular season playoffs combined. Also tied with Reggie Miller for second in the league with 5 go-ahead or game-time shots in the playoffs since 1997. So I want to take a look at something real quick. We got this graphic. So this is just a sampling of what the Pacers have been able to do this postseason. They were down in all 4 of these games, won all 4 of these games. So I'm just curious, how does this keep happening against this Pacers squad? Don't teams know by now not to take your foot off the gas? And this is obviously a reaction to game 1. We'll get to game 2 in a moment where the foot was not taken off. But if you've seen this team do this countless times throughout the postseason, you got a lead.
It's a combination of them continuously playing their style of basketball, not deviating. They play fast, so there's more possessions in the game. They're allowing more possessions in the game. Most of the time, they're not turning the ball over. They just going the course, man. Like the other team is playing not to lose. They get a lead, and they plan not to lose in the last 2 minutes of the game. And instead of just continuing to play what got them the lead, they capitalize on it.
I think it's more about what the Pacers are doing versus what the other teams aren't doing. Do you know what I mean? When you have that lead. Because the Pacers, they're just going to play, regardless of what the score is, what it looks like, whether they're having a bad game or not. They don't even really look at the score and say, oh, well, we're going to lose this game. I think they're so confident that they feel like regardless of playing at home, on the road, what the score is, that they're always in the game and they always have a chance to come back and play and win.
And we've seen it.
Yeah, Pacers is the type of team you don't have sportsmanship. You remember that sportsmanship bullshit when you up by? Yeah, you don't do that. Like this is the group that makes you regret all your decisions you ever made, right? Because you up by 20. What ends up happening is you start subbing people that you wouldn't put in the game, thinking, oh, you can get a little break, and then they still playing basketball.
Yeah.
Right. So this is one of the teams, man. When you're up 20, you got to say, man, fuck them. Right. Starting my fourth quarter off, I'm starting off with my starting 5.
Yep.
Just get it to 35.
Yep.
Because, I'm subbing, and then they done cocked that bitch to 12, and by the time I got my subs back in, and then now we got a basketball game. So this is the type of team where you just got to keep your foot on their throat.
Yeah, you got to bury them.
Let Carlisle tap them out.
Yeah, you got to bury them.
So when we were coming up, being down by 20 meant you were getting blown out. But
Yeah.
in the league nowadays, that
'Cause they
20 don't-
stupid.
But even 30 now, we've seen.
Because they stupid.
I'm just saying.
I mean, it depends on the team.
What's the comfortable margin though, where it's like, all right, we got.
How stupid is the team?
Or the coach.
The coach. Right, if
That
you
does
up,
factor in.
If you up 35 and your next 7 shot is fadeaway threes and quick threes, that they coming back. They done shot 21 points worth of shots.
Yeah. 4 or 5 straight possessions, them motherfuckers shoot threes. Absolutely.
Like,
You mix a couple turnovers in and there, trying to behind the back, off the pick and roll shit. You didn't do this bitch to me.
fast
Coach,
break, you got
fast
the
ball.
break, and he
Slipped
start
out his
doing shit
hands.
like this.
Slipped out of his hands and
Motherfucker,
shit.
coach catch the ball and shit. Just,
Dumb fouls.
you know what? Timeout.
So let's get back to Hallie real quick. Like I said, 13 for 15 on go-ahead or game-time shots this season. Have 5 of these, in the past 2 postseasons. Second most all-time since 1997. Hasn't had particularly good games in either one of these finals. But what does Hallie's ability to consistently deliver in clutch moments say about him as a player?
That he stays engaged with the game no matter what it is. No matter if he's not being aggressive or people feel like he's not that aggressive early. If you give him a chance to try to go win the game or they have a chance to come back, you're not going to even be able to tell, what he did in the first couple, 3 quarters. But he just stays poised and he just keeps doing what he's supposed to be doing. That's one of the reasons why you can't write him off. Because, if they get a chance to come back, who the ball is going to, and, it could look like that in game 1.
So, a question for the couch. I'm sure you're a 4-time WNBA champion, so It's going to be a little different for yourself, but would you rather have a memorable moment in an NBA Finals you wound up losing? Think about like the AI step over, things like that. Maybe this highly game winner,
No.
based on how this series plans out. So I already know what you were going to say. Or would you rather win a title that no one really remembers?
Like Toronto?
Wait, a title that no one really remembers?
Like to
Give
Toronto?
me a
Like the
title
Toronto?
all day.
Like the Toronto?
Toronto one, everybody remember that.
Like the
Nobody
AI,
remembers
the AI
that.
over Ty Lue.
Yes, you
We remember that Toronto one just off the shot that he made
do
the Eastern
remember
Conference
it.
Final.
That's just the conference finals shot.
But I'm saying that makes you remember
Give me a great play in the
everything
final.
about that.
Give me a great play in the final that you
No.
remember.
Listen, give me
Uh-oh.
a title that no one.
Give one play that you remember that happened in the finals.
KD came down. I don't know. Shot 3. I don't know.
But the funny is, you could have said one. I would have been like, I don't know.
Somebody getting hurt.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but yeah.
The most memorable was KD in the tunnel before the game hitting the eye.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it. Like I don't remember. Like nobody remember. Like unless you're in Toronto, for the most part, the fuck do you remember from that finals? Like
Drake.
You would rather have a memorable moment and you lost than to win a title that nobody remembers?
no. I didn't say that.
But you got AI stepping over Ty Lue. We will remember that.
I didn't say that.
When they
on the
see the
end of the
ring, they
title.
don't remember.
Who was I when I won the championship?
Play it
though?
all the time.
Who was I on that championship team? Like I like to ask, what player was I? Was I top
No, it
five?
doesn't matter. You
Or was
still
I,
gonna get
or was
a
I
ring.
Nick Young?
You still go. Oh,
That matters.
still
A very
Right?
integral part of a championship team. I mean, you could be either or.
No.
Go ahead,
You're
on.
gonna get a ring.
That step over, obviously, you remember me. If I'm the dude on the bench that I got a ring, but I'm out of the league the next year, I don't want that responsibility.
Wow.
Right.
I don't want that responsibility.
Please give me the moment at least, huh?
Right? I don't want that one. Not saying that would happen to Nick Young.
Give me a title.
Yeah,
Okay, that did happen to Nick Young.
Scored 35 in the finals.
35 and 11, King.
Who gives a fuck?
I do. I said, damn, 35 and 11?
I'll take the championship.
So you'd have took 7 and 7 in a
I'll take the ring.
Absolutely. I'm saying?
7
Take
and
the ring.
7 in the chip over 35 and 11.
And I went 3 for 23.
Damn, so if he was Jeff Teague, he'll take the ring?
Yo,
If he was Jeff Teague with the
But you also had 35 and 11.
Yeah, I'll take the ring.
yeah. It was
You take it.
I mean, it just depends if I'm playing, if I'm not. But if I ain't playing,
Give me the moment.
nah, hell, nah. But
If you're not playing,
if I'm not playing, I'm just sitting there. Nah. But
Classic.
if I'm able to get out there and have a moment like that and hit a shot, oh yeah.
and you lost,
Always.
No, I won that one, but then we lost the series.
No, that
No. With the moment, I won that game, but we lost the series though.
Remember, everyone's
I
gonna
need my
remember.
moment
that wasn't the question.
Everyone's gonna remember a moment. No one's gonna remember all the champions.
Bullshit.
well, guess what? I can go get that motherfucking ring and show
That's
you.
what I just said. They gonna remember them for a ring.
You remember the ring?
Yeah.
My little league.
sure?
I know. Congrats.
You know how to lead them to victory.
'Cause I can name
Assistant
10
coach.
champions.
Okay.
10
I'm
champions.
gonna just
And you won't know not nail one of them on who team they played for when they won it. I don't want to be them.
We should do a segment. Did he win a chip? We're just gonna throw
Well, your
names
kids
out
like
there.
that. You play basketball.
Hey, yo, we said do that.
That's a good one.
Did he win a chip? Just throw a name out there.
That's a good one.
You don't want that one.
Yeah.
They over there telling stories. Daddy, you played with Michael Jordan. Yeah, you know, I was on the team back in '87.
Oh my God.
All right, well,
You didn't get in the game.
we're going to shift over.
I was the man, then he showed up.
So we talked about Hallie 13 shots in both games 1 and 2, but we talked about the Pacers being a much better team, at least how the numbers suggest, when he scores 20 or more points. Does Hallie need to be more aggressive offensively to put the Pacers team in the best position to succeed?
Yes, the record says it. I mean, you said what in the postseason? 7-1?
7-1 when he scores 20 or more points this postseason.
And for the regular season, it's 25-3, 26-3 when he scores over 20 plus points. So, that's how gifted he is. So that's why I said he doesn't do his team a justice when he's not trying to be offensively aggressive, right? And I think sometimes he probably overthinks how he get these guys involved when, as long as you're attacking the basket, everybody has to react. That's how good you are. So when they react, that's when you get easier passes. But if you're going around just playing hot potato, it hurts the team.
Yeah, and his team is not, they don't have a number one option, so he has to be aggressive early, especially in this series. OKC, they have a lot of great defenders, but when he's more aggressive early, it will open up a lot of open buckets and open shots for a lot of other guys. So I do think he's going to have to be way more aggressive and make that an emphasis.
Yes. The simple answer is yes. You got to use them dudes' aggression against him, right? He got to use Lou Dort aggression against him, right? Just in order to, so all of them for one, because they so hell-bent on stopping him. You got to figure out a way to get to the line. Not shooting any free throws in game 2 is unacceptable. On having 5 points going into the fourth quarter is unacceptable. So, yeah.
They go as he goes.
And I guess how do you balance being aggressive offensively but still making sure you're facilitating, keeping your teammates involved, or does it just reach a point where it's like, yo?
No, to Gil's point, right?
I'm the captain.
If you're putting pressure on the rim, they got to react to it, right? If he's getting 2 feet in the paint, they got to react to it. Then you still can be the facilitator that you need to be, but you being aggressive helps that. So people think when they hear be aggressive, that it's all about, I have to shoot it.
The ball.
No, being aggressive is you making the defense react to what you're doing in order to get your teammates in. Like, that's just what it is. And a lot of guys, to Gil's point, do their teammates a disservice because you're not aggressive when the ball is in your hand. You don't have to shoot it. Go try to make a play. You never know what's going to come of that. You might get all the way to the rim. You might get to the rim, they step up, you got the lob, you got this pass, you got that pass, and he's so capable of doing all those things. You got to get 2 feet in the paint.
Like, what's the name seems more consistently aggressive? TJ.
Yeah.
Like how TJ, like he's getting there, like, hey, I ain't got it, okay, let me pull it out, let me get back in.
Yeah.
Like that, because what's happening is you're making the defense collapse.
Yeah, with this dribbling all the way out on the baseline,
yeah.
keep going, like it's just you making them react to something. You never know, you might get that corner 3, the guy might think you finna shoot a reverse layup, you come in, you got that pass, now they got to react, then you get a swing, top of the key 3. Shit like that.
Yeah. Shit, watch some Jake Kidd film.
Yeah.
It's just certain guys.
But that's what I said, but when he is offensively
probe.
aggressive, the game is very different.
Right.
Like, it looks different. Like, you can tell he's taking over the game. Right? It's like right now, it's like he's letting everybody do things, and he comes in to save it.
Too late.
But when he's playing the full game, it looks like he's dominating it.
Yeah.
Right? It's just, you can, like, he's doing both.
So we will see if he can pick up his offensive aggressiveness in game 3.
No, but he proved. But the Knicks is the same way though. The Knicks throwing Josh Hart at him, Anunoby, the different defenders at him. It's the same thing. But you can go out and have 30, 15, and no turnovers in that series. You can go out and have 30, 15, and no turnovers in this series as well. Like it is that simple. Like you got to be
most turnovers he done had.
like because they
stretch.
Yeah, like it's. But you can.
Number 1 defense in the league, but he is capable
He's
of doing
capable.
it. The series shifting back to Indiana for games 3 and 4. We'll see if Hallie can be more aggressive. Let's talk about something else going on in these NBA finals, something very concerning and troubling. So